In the winter of 2016, I organized 5 friends who also like documentaries to go to Jingdezhen and to make our own documentary for the first time. The reason why we chose Jingdezhen was quite simple, because we saw how difficult making porcelains were, so we think it was our responsibility and it was necessary to introduce this culture to more people. And it was worth it for us to spend our whole winter vacation in Jingdezhen, as long as more people get to know this great art form through our documentary. The first step is kneading. It is the most fundamental and insignificant step, but it serves for all of the following steps, and labor must train for the whole life to knead a soft and tight clay. Second is the shaping. Its purpose seems easy and obvious, but the workers' hands chapped for the whole year because they need to touch the watery clay every day. And in winter, it was even more suffering. The water was freezing. In my opinion, this is the most silent and moving way to express their love to the porcelains. Shaving is when the clay dried up, the labourers reshaped it with trowels to make it half the thickness as the former one. Without this step, the firing would be so difficult that the kiln must be extremely hot to purge all of the humidity in the clay. Coloring is to use very thin brushes and various colors inks to draw on the surface. The difficulty is to control the wrist to be tender enough so that the lines and strips are fluid and beautiful. But the wrist also needs to be strong to have a very good control over the use of the ink, because a drop may destroy everything. Glazing is to use specific water to cover up all of the drawings so that it will be well prepared to be fired. This step was very complicated. The labor needed to spend over a month to prepare a jar of specific water for glazing. Filling is one of the most challenging processes. All of the positions of the jars are being decided by the labor according to the previous experiences. Only within 10 or 20 years learning, a labor can understand the essential part of the filling. Firing is a process that lasts for more than 3 days. During these 3 days, the supervisor could not go home but to sit next to the kiln and to check the temperature every 30 minutes. I once asked the supervisor why did she chose this work. She said, because if I don't do it, then nobody is going to do it. Such beautiful things like porcelains should never extinct. And because of this strong persistence, she did this work for over 30 years. However, she was only 45 years old. The kiln even looked different at the outside during different time period. It was so fascinating to see the flame gradually became dimmer while the porcelains inside became brighter. The labourers were not required to do it. but they did it because they loved it. I don't know how long they would love porcelains, but I know, until now, they have been loving porcelains for their entire life. Porcelains are art.